Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of SMG Fishing. So I just got done painting this. This is a recessed trolling motor mount that we're going to be putting on the deck. I spent $25 on plus some spray paint. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys go and check it out. I'll leave that video linked up here somewhere. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this plywood, we're going to be cutting it down to size, and we're going to be throwing it on top of that aluminum frame that we've already been building for like the last 4 or 5 videos now. And we're just going to start laying out what it's going to look like. So actually what we might do today is we might remove these 2 bars right here. Since it is about a ½ an inch taller than what my deck is going to be, we might just take out these 2 bars right here and then put like a ½ inch shim of probably some aluminum pieces stacked up and then rivet it all together. We might have to use bolts afterwards just so this drops down a little bit. It might not be too big of a deal. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. All right, so what the plan is for today is this is gonna be 2 different pieces of plywood. A regular sheet of plywood is 8 feet by 4 feet. So it's gonna be this section is gonna be 1 piece and then this section is gonna be another piece. And then we're gonna trace out where our lids for our storage lockers are going to be. We're going to go underneath and we're going to trace it out and then we're going to cut it out. So this is going to be a lid, this is going to be a storage. We're going to also have to cut out the hole for the pedestal, and then we're going to have to cut out the spot for our recessed trolling motor mount that we built. And then we also really need to replace this piece of deck because it's pressure treated, and pressure treated wood is not good on aluminum. Alright, so I have not taken this deck off before because I thought that it was still a good piece. I didn't think that the guy before me did this work. Obviously I'm wrong, so I'm going to have to remove this and I'm going to have to throw some angled aluminum across just to give us some support real quick. It won't take very long. So if you're going to build a John boat, don't use this drywall hemmed track. I mean, I'm sure it has its purpose wherever it's been used, but this is just not, it's not sturdy at all. It's like completely bendable and stuff, so. Okay, so I have a quick thought before we continue. I didn't know that this hadn't been touched yet. Underneath here, I didn't realize that this is like a 2-inch thick piece of wood. These 2 nuts right here are to the eye hook in the front. I'm trying to build this boat so that it lasts a long time. If I were doing this properly, I would take this out now and replace it all. However, this wood is actually in pretty good condition still. I'm okay right now with leaving this how it is. There's no dry rot, there's no cracking or anything in it. You guys just saw how easy this was to uncover. If for some reason in the near future I have to come through here and redo this piece, it's not hard. It'll take me 10 minutes to get it off, and then all you gotta do is drill out these rivets all the way around, and it's just like the transom board in the back of the boat that I had. But for now, we're just gonna leave it. It's a good solid piece of wood. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to probably straighten these pieces out, probably level this all out, and this I'll probably take and put 2 pieces of angled aluminum from here straight here just to give it a little bit more support, because I am gonna be mounting my troller motor up here and occasionally I might step on it and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that it's gonna hold up if I stand on it, or you know, if the troller motor's up here bouncing around and I'm in 20-mile-an-hour winds and the chop is like 1.5 feet tall. You just gotta make sure you're good for that. Alright, I'm not going to say I did a better job, but let's be honest. Who did a better job here? What's going on? So, I don't even remember where I left off filming. It was a few days ago though. Alright guys, so the time has finally arrived. We are going to cut the deck. What I'm going to do is I've got 2 sheets of plywood. And you guys know, I'll show you. I'm not going to use a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard or something to draw out a template. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly what I did when I had these vertical supports made. The widest part, which is all the way back here at this piece that's separating the 2, that's going to be my first measurement. So this measurement is 55 inches. What I'm going to do is find half of 55, which is 27.5. So I'm going to go to the middle and I'm going to make a line straight up that piece of plywood. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the top piece, which is 41 inches. So I'm going to draw that center line, go straight up on my piece of plywood, find that center line, then I'm going to go whatever half of 41 inches is out. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going through here. Let's take 12.5 inches. I put this straight edge that I was using on the wood in the middle of this boat. I use this hole pretty much as the center line. So what I did is I measured center line back here, put this bar in the middle, center line up here, put that line in the middle, and then I knocked from 0 to, what do we say, 38.5. And then what I'm doing is I'm coming through here, tape measure, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. This isn't going to be an exact science, but we'll be able to trim up later on. At 12.5 inches, getting 51.5 inches. 51.5 inches. So then I come over here to my piece of paper and I mark it down, 51.5 inches. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through all these measurements and find out what half of each of these measurements is. And then once I have all the half measurements, what I'm going to do now is start again. At the top where it's 55 inches wide, we're gonna go 27.5 inches out, which we already did. I cut that off. Bye-bye. So I got this cut out, and then I had to sand down all the edges to get it to slip right in perfectly. Like I said, when I was doing those measurements, they didn't have to be exact. They just needed to be close enough so I can get it the basic shape that it is, and you always need to cut down and trim on the sides. There's no perfect formula for how many inches you go up to how much it shrinks in size. With a brand new boat, that's probably true, but with an older boat that's warped and bent and dinged, and it's just not that easy. So when you get it the rough shape you need, you drop it in, you see where it's hitting on the sides, and you mark it with a Sharpie like I've been doing. What I did was I sanded it down, that way I could get very precise cuts down the board. But what I did is I left like a almost ½ inch lip on this middle bar, the door in the middle to sit on. That way this hatch lid will have somewhere to rest. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to cut out the hole for where the pedestal mount goes, and I'm also going to cut out where the hole for the recessed foot pedal tracer. This is taking so long. I wish it was just over with. I'm ready to be done with this front deck so I can move on to the back deck. Because once we get the back deck done, it's pretty much just putting everything, all the electronics and everything, and then we got to work about the big motor in the back and getting that running. Alright guys, so I just kind of cut the camera off for a bit so I can get this done, taken care of, so you guys can see where I'm heading to. So what I did was I finished the bracket for our recessed foot pedal. I drilled a hole in the middle for our seat, and I cleaned up our seat so now it's easy to slide in and out. I had to beat it out with a hammer earlier. Alright, so this is two separate pieces of the deck. They're both going to be solid pieces, meaning they're not going to have any hatches or anything on top of them. What I would like to do is to, instead of having a seam right here in the carpet, what I want to do is have it all one flush piece, and then that way the only cracks or crevices you'll see are going to be the hatch lids. So I've got it lined up perfectly here with a ½ inch overhang. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these decks off together, and then I'm going to carpet it. Alright, so I'm just wrapping up the night here. I got a little bit of deck work done, as you guys saw, and I'm still trying to finish off the paint job on this tray, which is turning out really good, I think. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know we didn't get a whole lot done. I really want to get more done. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to work on it some more, and then the next couple days I have off. I'm really hoping to get this rod locker finished. We need to come back here and finish the rod locker door part of it. It's going to extend all the way back to right here. And then hopefully we'll get this deck finished up too. Get it carpeted and everything. And then we just got to worry about the back deck. Live well, I still have to order that. Gas tanks, battery well, all the stuff that's going to go on back there. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you have any comments for me, please leave those down in the comment section below. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you guys next time.